Hi, I'm going to be reading from my book. Well dressed and respectable. Every grown woman in town would be wearing a dress that virtually swept the street. That would, in fact, actually sweep it from time to time, battering and begrimming the hem if its owner had not learned to hold it clear. From the high collar of her shirtwaist to the ground, the woman of 1900 was amply enveloped in material, even for country wear. In fact, even for golf or tennis, the skirt must reach within 2 or 3 inches of the ground, and a hat, usually a hard sailor hat, must almost imperatively be worn. At any season, a woman was swathed in layer upon layer of underpinning, chemise, drawers, corset cover, and one or more petticoats. The corset of those days was a formidable personal prison which stated strenuous baths with the aid of whalebones to distort the female form into an hourglass shape. As for the men, their clothes too were formal and severe by today's standards. Collars were high and stiff. The man of affairs was likely to wear under his everyday sack suit a 3-button coat, obligatory waistcoat, and narrow-waist trousers, a shirt with hard detachable cuffs and perhaps a stiff bosom too. If he were a banker or a businessman of executive stature, he probably wore a frock coat to the office and a silk hat instead of the less formal derby. Except between May 15th and September 15th, when custom decreed a hard straw hat, or for the affluent, possibly a Panama. Don't know what kind of hat that is. To go hatless, except in the wide open spaces, was for the well-dressed male unthinkable. If the weather were intolerably hot, he might remove his coat, and in certain informal offices, newspapers, city rooms, for instance, he customarily did so, but his waistcoat must not come off, a rule which, concerning the sort of shirt he was wearing, was not without aesthetic merit. The term shirt sleeves remains in our language as a survival of that custom. In the country, he might wear a blue serge coat with white flannel, or more economically, white duck trousers, or under the proper circumstances, a tweed coat with riding trousers or knickerbockers. I don't know what kind of pants those are. But when a man returned to the sea, or a farmer put on town clothes for a visit to the country seat, he must invariably get into a severe 3-piece suit with starched collar and cuffs, even under a July sun. These infallible customs, male and female, reflected the prevailing credo as to the relations between the sexes. The ideal woman was the sheltered lady, swathed not only in silk and muslin, but in innocence and prosperity, and the ideal man, whether a pillar of residue or a gay dog, virtually protected the person and reputation of such tender creatures as were entrusted to his care. If unmarried, a girl must be accompanied by a chaperone whenever she ventured out to an evening's entertainment in the city. If she were a daughter of the rich, a maid might take the place of the chaperone. It was never quite clear under these circumstances who was supposed to protect the maid's virtue. The chaperone was, to be sure, chiefly an urban institution. In the smaller places, especially west of the Galleys and among city people vacationing in the country, the rules were greatly relaxed. But throughout these companionships, one might almost say that an imaginary chaperone was always present. What was operating was in effect an honor system. These boys and girls knew they were expected to behave with perfect propriety toward one another, and only rarely did they fail to do so. Under the code which they followed, a kiss was virtually tantamount to a proposal of marriage. Please rate, comment, and subscribe down below. And if you're on TikTok, please like and follow me. Okay, bye.